And greetings, everybody, and welcome. I was about to say welcome back, but this is actually the first episode of this series. So, as you can see, what we have on screen, it's not Fallout. It's not. It's The Sims 3. In fact, this is going to be the start of one of my new series coming forward, Sims 3. I'm going to call this Through the Generations because that seems like the most fitting for this. Reasons I'm doing this. One, diversifying the portfolio. And I've actually been playing a fair bit of this in in previous days and in previous weeks. Back when I'm trying to get the creative in the creative mindset for Fallout. Secondly, you guys asked for this. I was really surprised. I put it down as one of the options for you guys to vote on for an extra series, and I was actually really surprised to see The Sims 3 was top of the list. I've never seen that before. And I was also very surprised to see 7 Days to Die actually got no votes whatsoever, despite how fairly similar they are to Fallout. So, interesting. But here we are. Now, this is The Sims 3. What I'm going to be doing is creating a family from the ground up. Now, I'll start off with one sim, who I will be generating myself. I'm going to set up the neighbourhood in a really dynamic way. I'll put in some new sims that I've created, get them all set up for gameplay. I'll be taking suggestions for names of sims for you guys as well to add to the neighbourhoods. So you guys will see yourself flying around and you'll somehow fit into the story as I go through. The very first sim I create is going to be a bit of a super sim challenge. So I will keep aging off for a short while I get my sim up to scratch, as it were. Once he or she or whatever is up to scratch, we're going to unleash them into the world and create that magical family we want. Have children. When the first sim eventually passes away, we will pick one of the children to go to, and you guys can help shape how the neighbourhood goes. Like, there's a particular couple of sims that maybe my sim's son likes or he likes, and you guys want to vote on which one is going to be best for him or her. Hey, we can have some pretty good polls out of this. I think this would be quite good for viewer interaction. So, yeah, just bear with me, guys, because I have never done a series like this. I've never recorded me playing The Sims. So if this comes across as cringy to begin with, it probably is. Once I get the hang of things, then yeah, we'll get into the swing of it. So, a brand new neighbourhood. I've installed a couple of mods, which I will go through. I like these little clicky things, so you can go through and unlock all these, get some extra points, happiness points. Mirror variants, bunny slippers, candles, ivy, clawed tub, wishing window, the sink, necklace. So I know these way too well. I know these far too well. But that's besides the point. So I've installed a couple of mods. All of them come from the NRAS resource, NRAAS. I'm just keeping an eye on the volume because I know The Sims has obnoxiously loud music. So don't worry about that. So one of the mods I've installed is NRAS Story Progression, which takes away EA's story progression and puts in a whole new one. So the way EA's story progression mechanic works is that statistically, depending on the size of your neighbourhood and the number of people in it, X number will get married, X number will have X number of children, X amount will die, X amount will leave the neighbourhood, all based on purely the number of Sims in the neighbourhood. That there's no other factors play into, like their personalities, their wants, their goals. None of that matters. What story progression does is replace it with a system that takes that into account. So the family-oriented Sims will have more children because they want to. Workaholic Sims will get promoted because they want to be promoted. And generally, it just makes the neighbourhood a lot more well-rounded. I've installed the Woohoo mod. The only option I'm enabling on that is teen to teen woohoo. Obviously, adults cannot woohoo with teens because I think I'd be stepping on some very strange boundaries if I did that. And to be fair, that doesn't really fit with the dynamic that I want in the neighbourhood. And NRAS written word. So anyone in the neighbourhood who writes a book will be able to buy it at the bookstore. Previously, the only person who gets a copy is the person who wrote it. Anyone who writes a book will get their book in the store. So those are the ones we have. Oh, and I've also got NRAS Overwatch. Now, Overwatch is just going to help speed the gameplay along in terms of when things go wrong. So Sims get stuck, or there's lots of clutter in the neighbourhood, like vehicles left out, radios left on. If there's any errors, Overwatch will catch them and solve them on the spot. So we won't get really bad lag when the neighbourhood starts getting a bit old. I think I turned that down a bit too much. Bit old? Bit much? Okay, that's a little bit better. A little bit more balanced. The sound effects are way too fucking loud, so... So let me just bring these down, just so that we've got a fair balance. How is this? Yeah, okay. So my voice seems to come out a lot better, which is good. So yeah, Overwatch will help catch some errors. Now, I already have some Sims. Oh, move in neighbourhoods. So I've created quite a few different ones. I've also imported some Sims from other neighbourhoods. For example, the Cook family here is actually from Bridgeport. So I've got them. So I'm going to import a few of these into some of the houses. Now, I did a trial of this on a previous file just to make sure everything would work as I intended. What I will also do, as the neighbourhood obviously has Sims which... Oh! Bear with me, guys. Holy crap, the only way to get away from that is to go into Create a Sim. I don't know what it is, but that music track was unmutable. So, sorry about that. So in that case, before I make the neighbourhood, I'm going to create the Sim we're going to use. So, bear with me, I do have some ideas on paper here. So what I'm going to do is collate a couple of these, and then we'll go through the process. So give me one moment, and we will get right onto it. Okay, cool. So as I was saying before that music earlier massively interrupted me, every generation goes by. So when the elder Sims eventually pass away and the next generation moves up, that was my phone, not yours, by the way, what I'll do is leave the active household off camera, and I'll go round all of the houses in the neighbourhood, and I'm going to build extensions, I'm going to change the layout of some of the houses, redecorate them, make them more fitting for whoever lives there at that particular point in time. And that part I won't show you, so that as we play, things are going to keep changing. The town is going to keep changing. I might move the positions of the buildings. I might build a mansion in the middle of town. You know, I might really change the layout of the town and throw you guys curveballs so the neighbourhood always feels dynamic. It always feels like it's moving, like there's stuff going on. And on top of that, by the way, I have almost all the expansion packs, with the exception of a couple of the ones that I read were pretty bad, i.e. World Adventures, or Island Adventures, I can't remember. I read the reviews on that. I'm not touching that with a barge pole. A couple of the stuff packs, I think it's the Diesel pack and the Outdoor Living I don't have. Into the Future I don't have, and Showtime I don't have. Apparently the value for money on Showtime was really low, so I didn't bother picking that one up. Apart from that, I've got all of them. I've got Sims University, I've got Ambition, Seasons, I've got all of those, and quite a few of the other packs. So, our Sim, going to be a male Sim. That is a funky ass outfit, but cool. Now, I'm going to base him off of being European, of course. So, I was thinking of Boris Petrenko. Yes, I'm full of names. That's definitely not what I imagine Boris would look like, but we'll see. So Boris himself is going to be quite a skinny dude. Not completely skinny, but is a little bit. I'll give him a little bit of muscle definition, but not very much. He is definitely going to be on the skinnier side. So he's quite a skinny guy. He is a young adult. He's just moved to the neighbourhood. This is like our eyes looking into the neighbourhood and meeting all these new people. Definitely going to be black-haired. Now, Boris is quite a simple guy. Ooh, no, that looks a bit too boy bandy for me, and for Boris. I mean, that looks like a good starting point. But is there a shorter haircut? Yeah, I mean, that's kind of scruffy, but kind of alright as well. Actually, having his hair up like that is quite good. I tell you what, though, I'm getting rid of those silly glasses. Like, my God, I will definitely get rid of those in a moment. They'll be under accessories, if I'm not mistaken. There we go. No more ski goggles for you, Boris. So, looks. Let's give him something to base it off. I think quite a well-rounded face is a good base to work with. Advanced. I don't just want to give him the bog standard because that just doesn't really work. I'm going to say his jaw is way too wide for I like him. He's definitely going to have a longer face, give him that sort of complexion. Those lips are too small as well, way too small. Cheeks. What does it look like from the side here? So I'll close the eye in a little bit if I do that. What does the shape do? That budges it outwards and inwards. I'm not even going to mess with that one. Nasolabial crease. Okay, so the bits on the side to make him look aged. Well, he's a young adult. He's not really going to have that. I mean, I'm nearly 30 and I don't really have much of one of them at all. My God, I'm looking over at the recording and my God, does it look dark. Is there a way to turn up the brightness on this thing? I'm sure there must be a way to turn the brightness up here. I'll sort it out in a minute. It's fine. Yes, cool. I will turn up the brightness on the recording settings in a moment once we've done this. Apologies for that. Ears. I mean, the ears probably could use a resize, and I want to tuck them back a little bit more. That's cool. Orbit. What's an orbit? Okay, so rotating like on their axis. I think they're okay. Now they've been tucked back a little bit and they're not sticky out-eared like African elephants or something. Head width. Face height. I'd have to proper lower that to complete that bit. Face width. Yeah, he'd have quite a small face, Boris. I mean, he's going to be a rather timid chap. Bit like what I was when I was like 18, 19. I never used to be this confident. You'd never have me properly doing videos like this when I was 18 or 19. No. Oh, no. That's probably as good as I can get for a base. Yeah, I want to lower the corner of that. The apex of his eye, the top part of it, that is. Needs a little bit of closing down the eyelid. Fine. Okay, yeah, his eye isn't quite as big. There we go. That's a little bit better. Just a little bit. His eyebrow is way too bushy. I'll put it that way. I'll probably change these, to be fair. So I apologise for clearing my throat. Still shaking the last of that godforsaken illness. And I have just eaten, so... Shave them off. God, that's so stupid. At least on this guy, anyway. Oh, you can even have a monobrow. Holy Christ. See, one of the reasons I'm doing this series is because I've never actually done a Sims game that's gone on for like more than a single generation. And part of me wants to prove that I can do it. Part of me just wants to prove that I can do that. Okay, those lips are too small. Actually, you know what? That actually kind of suits him. That particular mouth actually suits him. His nose is, I think, a little bit too big, though. So let's bring the nose in a touch. Let's bring them in. The bridge depth. I'll bring the bridge out a little bit. I don't really know what the rotation, strictly speaking, is, but no, his nose needs to come in. That's it. Make that a touch smaller. A little bit better. Not perfect, but this will make good for a beginner. Just to get us going in this neighbourhood. Now, I don't think a full beard would suit Boris here. I mean, that just does look a bit daft. Maybe a small stubble would work. Yeah, like that. Like a guy who's doesn't shave all the time, but keeps himself in order. Okay, and those eyes. Not a fan of the eye colour. Maybe a lighter blue. Actually, no, I'm picturing Boris with have green eyes. We'll go with green. We'll start with that, and let's darken those a little bit. Sort of a piercing green. There you go. Yeah. Beauty marks and freckles, we'll leave those off. Makeup, tattoos, whatever. Okay. I think he's a bit too pasty for someone from that part of Europe. So let's tan him up a little bit. That's a little bit. He's got a little bit of substance to him. There you go. Just a little bit of substance. You know, don't I'm looking like a vampire. Excellent. Okay, so we've sorted out the looks. Not going to do much makeup. Tattoos, we'll leave that. You know, he's a timid chap. He's coming from overseas. So now we need to give him an outfit. Now this guy he's going to be quite a simple man, at least to begin with. So thinking something quite casual. I mean, something like this, perhaps. I mean, it's a hoodie. It's a jacket hoodie. Actually, something like... No, not quite digging that. Not quite digging that style. I mean, that looks like he's about to go and rob a train in 1855, so no. That looks a bit too business-like for Boris over here. That's a bit more like it. That's a bit simpler. So he's a simple man. So what kind of materials can we get here? That looks like it was designed by a proper fashion label, so not really for him. That just looks like a carpet, to be honest with you. Don't want a carpet looking thing. That looks like he's about to go on stage and perform the most killer magic trick I've ever seen and then make himself disappear afterwards. I mean, that I could work with, potentially. That screams old man. That screams I want to camouflage into the debris of a broken building. I mean, I could potentially work with this if I change the colour, so let's make part of it a sort of lighter grey and then make the rest a kind of close to black. Yeah, because if I have it just completely black, it doesn't look natural, whereas that looks like it's got a bit of texture to it, The shirt underneath, well, Boris's favourite colour is going to be a blue. So let's give him a blue that's not too garish. Now, you know what? Because he's wearing black, white is definitely the way to go. Excellent. Now, Boris Petrenko over here is going to have something quite simple, I think. Again, he's a simple man. Not too much of a fan of that. I think they hug his figure a little bit too tightly. So this series, that is way too skinny. This series is going to be a bit strange because you're actually going to see me build houses which aren't post-apocalyptic. That's better. Yeah, I'm going to be building houses which aren't post-apocalyptic. It's going to feel really strange to be doing that. Let's try and match the blacks and greys here. I think that's pretty good. And some shoes. I did have a pair lined up, which I believe are these. Yep, just some simple Converse-y looking. No, they are Converse-y looking things. So we'll go with that. Accessories. Is he going to wear any accessories? He's not wearing a pair of ski goggles like he was a minute ago. Not a chance. Pair of reading glasses. Yeah, you know what? I think a pair of reading glasses wouldn't go amiss from him. Are there any sort of more slimline ones? Or are those the best we got? I think those are the best we got, because those look ugly as hell. The kind of squarer frames, I think, suits him better. Let's just change the frames of those to a black. He looks like he's just received a teaching internship at like a local high school or something. He genuinely looks like the guy who's been recruited to be like the IT assistant. I swear there's always like one IT assistant who looks just like that in every school. Excuse me. Okay, formal wear. So if he's going to go to a function, what would he likely wear for his formal attire? He's not going to be very eccentric, but he's also probably not going to be wearing a suit. Not a full suit, anyway. Something that looks pseudo-smart, I'd say. A shirt and a tie is quite universal. People in Europe do obviously wear suits and ties. Now, considering blue is his favourite colour, I think a blue suit. Let me just get rid of the stripes on this, just so we got an idea. I think a blue is quite a good sign. And the tie, well, I don't know about you, but I always wore a red tie. Whenever I wore a shirt, I mean, I still do. I think a red tie goes well with basically everything. I mean, if it's good enough for Agent 47, it's good enough for me, am I right? Perfect. His trousers here look more like jeans than they do anything smart. So let's pick something a bit more businessy. That's a bit more like it. Again, I think the belts. Let's make the brown a little bit more vibrant. Yes. The trousers, again, let's darken these up, but let's not go too crazy with them. Now he definitely looks like an intern. Those brown shoes kind of go with it because they're similar to his belt color. So you know what? I will stick with those shoes. They're fine. I just can't really see them very well anyway. So we'll go with that. Sleepwear. Oh my god, that is garish as hell. I mean, I've never been too fussy about sleepwear, but shorts and a vest is pretty much good for anybody. Athletic. I mean, Boris isn't gym shy, but he's definitely got better things to do with his day than go to the gym. So, if he supports a team from home, that wouldn't be uncommon. I will keep that exactly as it is. And if he's anything like me, he would not be wearing shorts for his athletic practice. Not a chance. I honestly refuse to wear shorts for gym practice. They've always got to be like that. Let me just copy over the grey to these so that it looks kind of uniform. There we go. And why is he wearing slippers to go out to the gym? Like, come on, my friend. Something with a bit more, heavy emphasis would be a bit better than that. There you go. That's a bit better, Boris. Swimwear. I honestly can't fault him for that. Let's just change that to something blue. Let me just swap this colour out for blue to make it more Boris. There you go. A bit of a lighter blue. Excellent. Outerwear. He's basically gone full tuxedo to go out in the cold. And my god, the brightness on this monitor is so terrible. I am definitely changing the brightness on the recording after this. Bear with me. Right. That's a little bit more casual for you, Boris. Wow, those are like the student packs, aren't they? Because they've all got patches all over them. Cool. So let's modify the colour on this. Again, he does like his blues. Blue and grey, I think, looks a lot nicer. Inside of the jacket can be a white, because he has got white on his gloves, which we will keep. That is a bit too dark. It looks unnatural. So let's lighten that up to grey. The arm colour for these, let's transfer them over to his trousers here. The blue stripes are fine. They just add a bit of an accent to it, which I've not got a problem with. And the shoes, they essentially match to begin with. So that I'm also quite happy with. Personality. Now this is where the interesting stuff happens. So this gentleman, he is definitely a loner. He's never particularly had many friends in his early years, and in many ways never really had the desire to as he got older. So he definitely prefers his own company. He's a virtuoso. The guy loves music. The guy is king of musical instruments, like absolutely king of musical instruments. He's a bookworm. I remember I was going to put that on. He's a bookworm. He is absolutely a computer whiz. And he's also a very good person. However, he's also a genius. So what we're looking at here is a very smart, kind of reclusive genius who's come across from a foreign land. Not that he wants to be left alone, but he's used to being left alone. So he might struggle to find a space in the neighbourhood for him, but he will eventually. And given the opportunities we will provide to him. Okay, his wish. I mean, he could be a musician. Professional author is more like it. This guy will definitely be a good writer. Though I probably would have gone with perfectionist to do that, but not everyone is perfect. I have to remember that. We can't make perfect people. His favourites. Favourite food? I did have it in mind. It wasn't a veggie burger. Fish and chips, that was what it was. His favourite music. Now, if we go custom music, this video will probably get copyright struck because the custom music is in English. Indie is perfectly fine. The indie music in this game is actually quite superb in terms of how indie music is normally done. And favourite colour, as we mentioned, is blue, but it's more of a dark, lighter blue. It's not really aqua. I mean, turquoise is as close as it will get, but we'll go blue.
Miapso simchiwani do. Oh, bratzel.
Deepa haduna kroon.
About down the middle is fine. Astrological signs. Well, the only one I particularly know is my own, which is Scorpio. So we will go with that. I'm sure astrology plays some kind of a part in this, but hey. So there we have it.
Sool.
Mr. Petrenko. There we go. So he's now part of the neighbourhood. Well, he will be in a moment. Before I do anything, though, I'm solving this brightness issue because it's really getting on my nerves too. Bear with me a second, guys. There we go. I think that's a little bit better. I've just simply turned up the gamma a little bit. I mean, it still looks a touch dark to me, and the brightness didn't really work. It just added a strange white sheen over the top of everything. But we're back. That's the main thing. So, Mr. Petrenko over here. I believe this one will be the best for him. Now, I'm going to take the property unfurnished because I have played in this particular house before and I don't like the layout, like at all. So we're going to put Boris in here and play. The more I look at it, the more I don't really like the way the picture is coming out on my other monitor, but we will find out that in a moment. Yes, I wish to enable story progression. No, do not delete those. I want as many people in the neighbourhood as we can. Excellent. Okay, yeah, you know what? The picture on my other screen seems to be fine. If I need to, I will address that in another way. Cool. So let me just go around the neighbourhood, and I'm just going to dot around a few extra people. So edit town. Just continue because I haven't done anything yet. I have no idea what that is. Damn, I've got quite a few people. Okay, so there is another single woman here who I know as Sophie Clark. She'll be a good fit for the neighbourhood. I'll put her directly opposite because that is another single person sort of house there. So you can go in there. There is one for a couple, the Guanaco. What did I call? Richard and Charity, that's who they are. Richard and Charity Guanaco. They will make a good fit for the house next door because that is built for a single stroke couple. So I'll put them in the neighbourhood house next door, even. Great. Also, my sound has gone completely. Yeah, playing the game in complete silence does not feel right sometimes. That's better. Yes, of course, the Cook family here. This was the house I put them into previously. I believe that is built for 4, so we'll do that. Excellent. Just looking at the empty lots. I will be adding some more houses as we go, so don't worry about that. Okay, I think that's good for now. There we go, sorry. Had a really bad coughing fit just there. Definitely not something you wanted to hear. Oh. Where's all my settings gone? It's the pause button. The pause button is the shortcut, isn't it? Okay, bear with. Much better. Sorry about that. Right, so we have Boris Petrenko in his nice little house down here in the middle of the neighbourhood. Realised I'm coughing because my throat is dry from eating dinner. So I got myself a drink. Fix the issue, right? Great. Oh, don't you just love to hear that sound? Build and buy mode. Fantastic. So this is what we're going to do. I don't like where the kitchen is situated in this property. However, there's not much I can do about it because of the money we have available. I can, however, move it somewhere that I would prefer it to be. In this case, I would much prefer this kitchen to be in this corner. For me, it makes much more sense to have it in this corner. Some of you might disagree with me on that. So I'm going to put down a few more counters, like so. And under the build and buy, I want to put in a half wall. Like so. We're going to do something about this wall here, but not until we have a bit of cash on hand. Excellent. Now I want to move these tiles across and cover this over. Oh, don't do that yet. Like that. Now we can do that. Great. The bathroom can stay as it is for the time being. Here in this part here can be our little lounge area. So we're going to have what you typically find within a person's lounge. For now, we're going to stick with a love seat. I don't want one that's too expensive because Boris is kind of hurting for money, being just new to town. This will do nicely for that. Again, we're not going to customize because this isn't the final result or close to the final result. I will eventually do that, but today is not that day. But I will sort of copy some elements of, for example, this wood. Now that wood is kind of close matching, so we're going to have an end table there. We do need a bed for Boris here. Now he can't exactly afford a complete luxury, and that's understandable. However, a good, decent bed will be a good investment for him. You see, this is only energy 4, stress relief 3. This gives a bit of environment and a bit more energy, so he won't need to sleep as long. So we're going to use that. Just thinking of what he can do for cash. I think a guitar is definitely going to be necessary to make some of that early cash. And for his living room here, a retrotastic TV. Sat right there in his living room. So he has his basics. He will also need a bookshelf, I've just realised. We'll have to use the cheapest bookshelf money can buy for now. So he only has 200 simoleons. 200 simoleons to attempt to make a living. Things I can say are not particularly looking good for Boris. But he has some things on hand to help him. Well, first of all, he needs to... oh yes, of course. There are a couple of things I want to change. So under the Woohoo mods, Woohoo allow the teenage one, but not teen adult. So that's the one setting away to change. Story progression. General options. Where it says all stories, I'm going to change it to friends and blood. Perfect. What that means is anyone in the neighbourhood who makes a progression, so if they get promoted, if they get start a new skill, if they write a book, I get notifications for literally everybody. Obviously, I don't care what everyone in the neighbourhood is doing at the same time. So setting it to friends means anyone my sim is friends with, I will get notifications for. And anyone who is blood related, so family members. That's particularly important for the kind of series we're doing here. And there is one more that I want to change, which is sim options. Where it says romance marriage name. I'll change that to husband. That will stick with the typical sort of real life tradition, in at least in Western cultures, of when two people get married, they'll typically take the male name. Obviously, if it's same-sex marriage, it goes by older versus younger. So that will sort of prompt as needed. But for a male and female marriage in this version, it will go by the husband's name rather than a coin flip or just randomly EA set. And everything else on there for me is fine. So I'm happy to stick with that as is. Overwatch will of course keep the game clean and sorted. So this is where we settle into Mr. Petrenko's story. Oh, we've got Sophie over there on the other side. Got the Guanacos moving in, Richard and Charity. He looks like he's about to attend a killer business meeting. Those voices are also a little bit louder than I would like. So we'll just tone those down a little bit. That's better. They're not absolutely ripping my sound settings to pieces. Send a text to Cassandra Cheatham. I'm assuming that is this mascot. Yes, it is. So he looks like he's about to attend a business meeting in like a really hip kind of game company. I mean, that's quite a nice house over there. But he can leave me those freebies and go away as far as I'm concerned. So Boris here is going to simply read. He's going to learn a bit of cooking to start with. He's definitely going to learn the logic skill. Writing and science. Oh, I mean, yeah, he does want to enroll in university. I will give him that. I'm also going to make sure I save periodically. There are times where my game has completely broken, which has not been very fun. I think I had a sim leave university after getting his 6th degree, so he's got all of them. And then the game, I want to say, corrupted on his way home, and he just disappeared. Like, he was just erased from the neighbourhood. And I have no idea what happened. I couldn't figure out how to get him back. But that is how the cookie crumbles sometimes. Oh, we have visitors. Just to show you the settings that I'm running with as well. Aging is going to be off for a short while because Boris Petrenko is essentially going to be our super sim. I'm not going to go all the way to 10 everything and max out everything and get a top job or anything, but I'm going to get him established a decent amount of money before we start enabling aging and moving the neighbourhood on, just to give us the best possible groundwork to start with. General settings. Doesn't really matter. Game options. High free will. It will be disabled for whoever I'm using, just because it makes things easier for me to manage. Aging will of course go back on, and I'm going to put that on long. And I will probably up these. So I think a week for that, 2 weeks for that, 3 weeks, 5 weeks as a teen. Elders 30 days. Adults. Well, considering the adults part of it is probably what you're going to do most with, the teens, young adults, and the elders. 197 days. We're not at that stage yet, but give me some feedback. How long do you ideally want the Sims to live? Because the longer they live, the more episodes you get, but the neighbourhood might become quite stale if they go on for that long. Otherwise, we can do normal, and I can just simply up some of these. I mean, these look pretty good as they are, but I'm going to up these. So let's just say the elder phase, 20 days, teens are 20, 10, 10, 5. I think the 120 days here is probably quite good. Just going to leave that there. Video capture, don't worry about that. Music, whatever. Online, whatever. Seasons options. I'm just going to leave these as default. I use Celsius because I'm not a barbarian. I'm joking. This doesn't matter. It's kind of switched off because I have the system that overwrites it. I'm not going to have vampires in my neighbourhood. I really don't like the supernatural pack. I don't have any of the supernatural stuff. And I'm opted out of the celebrity system because sometimes that can just get in the way of telling a good story. Maybe when Boris has children, I'll put that back on so his children might become celebrities eventually and, you know, have celebrities in the family. Hey. Let's see if he can make some friends. Yes, Boris, we understand. We completely understand. Do you wish to adjust the manager speed? Okay, yes. Oh, Oh shit. That is a good question. What did it just set it to? Default. That's fine. I can live with default.
Crimbo.
So come on, guys. It's the Langrex and the Wainwrights. I guess we'll make them some lunch. Be good neighbours. They are here to welcome us to the neighbourhood, after all. I've only got 2 chairs though, so sorry about that. I mean, Boris can't exactly burn a salad, can he? So let's be a good neighbour. I mean, he is a good person. You know, he's not an arsehole. Just come into his house to watch television. Excuse me. You know, I'm thinking because of his appearance and the fact that I said he was that he looks like he could be like a teacher's intern. I actually think he'd be quite suited for the education industry or the education profession. So we could make him a teacher. So everybody come and have a meal. It's only a salad, but hey, it's the best Boris can do. Okay, he's just moved in. Be nice to him. Be kind. Be kind, guys. So what humble beginnings we have here. Yeah, I'm sorry, you're going to have to eat standing up. Oh, and looks like you've got an admirer in Ileana over here. Really? You can't just stand and eat with us? You have to go and sit on the edge of the bath to eat your food? I couldn't think of anything worse. It's a good thing that bathroom is brand new. Oh well. So although he doesn't like social contact, let's have a chat. You know, let's talk. So you know, let's have a chat. And what's about gender preference? Damn. Must be part of the story progression, or the Woohoo pack. That's probably where it's from. And of course, he came from the Le Fromage Art School. So I don't know. Let's talk about the heat, because you know that's quite an English thing to talk about. The weather. Cool stuff. Let's do this. Definitely looks like he's about to mark all your papers and all that. So I reckon this guy would actually be good in education. Also, as another rule of thumb, these lifetime rewards, I will be using them, but I will not be using, in any instance, the Moodlet Manager. The Moodlet Manager is just a cheat, in my opinion. Like, it just trivializes the whole needs mechanic, so I'm not going to be using that. The Age Freeze potion and the Young Again potion I might use, but Boris is not going to be using it himself. Maybe later down his bloodline. Maybe we could do that to mix things up. A child age clone of your household. I've not seen that one before. The Motive Mobile I will not be getting. That is also about to make the system completely redundant. So quite a few of those I'm not going to be touching because they trivialise the whole game. So no one in the household is going to be doing that. So well, let's tell a funny story. Let's see if Boris is funny. Is he a comedian at heart? Let's ask. That is not a face I've seen before, I'll be honest. Favourite TV shows? You're not a technophobe, are you? That's cool. So, can we tell jokes? Maybe show internet cat video. Everybody loves cat videos. Can't everybody likes a cat video? I know he's just completely ignoring his other guest here. But then again, she's being a moody teenager. She's gone into the bathroom and is literally doing homework on the bathroom floor. Do it on the sofa, you know, like normal people. Hey, she likes the cat videos. Yay. Maybe you should go and introduce yourself to Susan over here, because I don't really know what the hell she's doing in the bathroom. Come on, what are you doing in the bathroom? Come on. Okay, they're the same height, so she's not a teenager, she's just really moody. Let's have a chat. So remember, guys, over the course of this series, if you see like somebody who you'd really like my sim to get with for like the future, you know, who they're going to marry or whatever, give your input, because, you know, you guys can help shape the neighbourhood. I do have one person in mind that I think Boris might be a good fit for. And I will point them out when we get to them, but this is the beginning of something beautiful. I mean, to be fair, these two look like they wouldn't make a bad couple. Oh, okay. For a moment, I thought that was a... Okay, yeah, not a teenager, otherwise it would say high school there. So, let's ask what she does for a living. Just had to reply to that. My partner finishing work. I was saying to her today I had a really strange dream last night, and I mean, in real life I have no tattoos, but in this dream I was at a really high-tech university building, like super high-tech, and I was going on a course there. My partner was with me, and I had the chance to get my very first tattoo. Current scientific research, nice. I had a chance to get my very first tattoo, and she was like, do it, do it, do it, do it. And I was like massively fretting about getting this tattoo. I don't know why, because I really don't mind getting a tattoo. Like one day I might actually get one, like maybe in my mid-30s or some crap like that. Oh, applaud her hard work. That'd be a good idea. Oh, she's a snob, so she'll like compliments. Carnivorous plant tender. Cool. So yeah, let's see if we can make friends out of this person. I mean, he got a pretty big boost in that straight away. Yay, complimented her hard work. Nice. Get to know her a little bit. Enthused about science, yeah, you know. Not to call him a sucker. Oh wow, we've already got a friend. Do I have any traits which help him with that? No. I think because she's a snob, compliments have a much bigger effect on her than anything else. So that's probably where it comes from. Hey, genius. Asked to move in already. Are you single, Susan? Boyd. Oh yeah, of course. She's married to Boyd Wainwright. I forget about that. Oh, fantastic. You've left so I can use the toilet. Brilliant. Go on, Boris, use toilet. Before you end up wetting yourself. They look like two different species, don't they? Like he looks almost grey-haired and like a old man, and she looks like she's barely finished school. They look like two different species. Oh well. I have a feeling she's never played the guitar before. Boris doesn't really have much in his house to enjoy. It's kind of sad, to be honest with you. But everyone's got to start somewhere. We can stick his high school diploma up, so everyone knows that he graduated from Le Fromage High School. And now let's sit down and continue our cookbook adventures. Now that we've made friends with one of the neighbours, and I'm very surprised he made friends as quickly as he did. Excuse me. I've recently bought a pack of Essence flavoured water, a bit to be a bit healthier. My god, these things taste amazing. And they're literally just water with a little bit of flavour in them. That I can live with. Okay. So we're going to get our cooking to 2 here. There we are. Okay, it's 9 o'clock, nearly 10. I think that's time for everyone to leave. Come on, guys, everybody out. And give me back my guitar, that's not yours. Put the guitar down, that is not yours. Fantastic. Turn off the TV. And Boris is going to beat an early night. He's weary from his travels and moving to a town from so far away. Now I'm going to skip to morning. Bear with me, guys. And it's morning time. And just to show you here, that is the Overwatch mod in effect. Vehicles that are just left out on the street and not in inventories will be cleared away so that they don't take up unnecessary memory. Oh yes, of course. He is very hungry after his slumber. So let's get him making some pancakes. I mean, these have gone bad, so he'll need to wash those up. I can't have him getting sloppy now. So see if he can make pancakes without burning the fucking place down, shall we? Oh yes. I forgot to move his fire alarm over. At least we know if he sets fire to the house, at least he'll come and get rescued by the fire brigade. Excellent. Okay, have we got bills yet? No, we don't. While you're at it, go and take a bath, because you do need one. Oh, I think that is our first bill. What are we looking at? 76. So we've basically got 3 days before Boris burns through the last of his money. And he wants to buy a computer. With what fucking money? You ain't going to get anything for that. Okay, and use the toilet, of course. Okay, I want you to start playing your guitar, because you will pick it up in no time at all. Being a virtuoso, you will pick that up in no time whatsoever. I mean, I'm playing at 1 time speed and it's already going up like wildfire. Yeah, so in ultra speed, that's pretty decent. Of course, he doesn't have any lifetime rewards, but this is boosting his fun. Make him happy playing his guitar. Excellent. So that is 1. So there you go. So Suna's just improved her gardening level. Normally, other Sims in the neighbourhood do not improve their skills. At least not while they're not in your presence. Unless you go to the gym and you see some of the neighbourhood people improving their, athletics, they don't level up. But because Susan Wainwright is a family friend, as below there, if she levels up her skills, which she normally wouldn't do, we now get notified of it. And of course, she's got a promotion. So Sims in this part do actually get promoted. Flippin' heck. That just got very loud. So that is the story progression mod doing its thing, and I really like the story progression mod. It just adds such an aura of dynamic vibes to the neighbourhood. So he's level 2 guitar now. What we need to do is get him up to level 5 so we can take some tips. We also need to get him a job, which is what we're going to do now, actually. Before he starts blowing out my eardrums. So he can take this guitar, put it in his inventory, just like that. Now we're going to go to the school and join the education career. So Boris here is going to get his first job in education. And once we're established, we will start getting, we'll start putting aging on and getting stories going. And of course, I will go around once every generation and update everything. That's Lisa Bunch. Oh yeah, of course, it's school kicking out time. Oh, Ethel was heading to work. Ah, so she actually works at the school too. Didn't know that. Yeah, because the kids get kicked out of school at like 1 o'clock if you're a teenager, something like that. 20 quid an hour to be a playground monitor. You know what? It's a start, Boris. It's a start. Oh. Who is he attracted to? Agnes Crumplebottom. Agnes has a massive crush on Boris, it seems. Fun times. You see, if only getting a job was that easy, just rock up to a school and just be like, right, I've got a job now. And imagine like just rocking up to school and getting a job on the spot while it's working with children. Like, if you ever want to work with kids in real life, I know most people who do work with children at the moment have to go through some of the most rigorous checks this world has ever fucking seen to even get considered for working with children. So it's definitely not an easy feat from what I'm led to believe. But to just rock up at the front door and be like, hey guys, can I be a teacher? Yeah, of course, here you go. It's just shows you how fun the Sims can be. Okay, so it's 5 o'clock. Let's see if we can give his friend a call and just check in, see how things are. Say hello. Unless she's still working, of course. We've got to keep him socialising a little bits here and there. Oh, excuse me. Oh, so he wants to be someone's best friend. Well, going to university can go on hold for that for now. Oh, we got a good friend. How nice is that? So while you're still here, let's get your guitar up a bit, so you can get some more side income. Hey, sounds quite jolly. He's getting hungry too. Oh, when is his job? Yeah, it's just simply during school hours, not a problem. The science skill can probably wait. Reach level 4 of guitar will yield some good happiness. Got to be careful of the audio on this, it gets really loud. That's it, level 3. He's learning the ropes with a guitar. Okay, let's just have a salad and then go to bed, shall we? Got to be up bright and early in the morning. He's getting into the habits I do in real life, eating late. You don't want to eat late. That's how you do it. Then go and use the bathroom. and then go and get some good sleep. As your second day, Boris has managed to get himself a job on his second day here. So he's made himself a friend on day one and got himself a job. How cool is that? Right, I will skip forward to the morning. Bear with me, guys. Okay. So he's up. He's about. Sorry if you can hear any banging. I have new neighbours in the floor below me. And I think they're doing up the place before he moves in, so bless him. He's a nice chap, though. I did. I met him the other day, and yeah, he's a nice bloke. Okay, so Boris is going to work, hopefully in a good mood. Yes, he's going to work in a fantastic mood. That's what we like to see. Yeah. Yeah, see, he'll probably power work. It says working through lunch. He's a playground monitor. Of course, he's going to be working through lunch. Oh my god, that is a lot of people. Sunny Bakshi. I've not seen her before. Is she a teenager or an adult? I can't tell with the height difference. Oh well. So he's power working. Come on, Boris is good at his job. I mean, his mood's gone down a little bit, mainly because he's lost his having a blast mood. I mean, he is kind of in a massive crowd of people because he's literally trolling a playground full of teenagers and children. So, Star Hearn. Not seen this particular paparazzi before. Must be one of those randomly generated ones. Oh well. Okay, he's getting quite stressed out now, so let's take it easy. Because his mood has dipped a little bit. There you go. Well done, Boris. You've done your first day at work. Your first honest day's living. And made yourself 120 quid while you're at it. Well done, Boris. But you could definitely do with some fun right now, so why don't you go into Central Park here? Maybe go and meet someone new. Ooh, you can learn how to play chess. See, Boris likes the simple things in life. He doesn't need to go to wild parties. Doesn't look like there's very many people around here. Oh well, he can play chess by himself. Ah, here we go. We've got some people coming in. Derek O'Neill. Alfred Bull. Again, not heard of either of those. There we go. People are in here. So let's play chess with that that paparazzi I've never seen. Can't hurt to make friends with some new people. He looks like he was born to play chess. Look at that face. Look at that face. He was definitely born to play chess. Okay, let's see if Boris can win his first chess match. He probably can't. This is probably his first chess game since he got here. Well, Lady Cook got a job as in the army. Damn. Hey, it's his friend Susan. Right, can he win his chess game? He's playing as black instead of white. Come on, go on, Boris. Thrash her, Thrash Star. You can beat her. Come on, he's a genius. He should be able to beat her. Oh, did he beat her? Go on, Boris. Oh. It's about to say, is that a burglar? And it is. Why would you go into town dressed as a burglar? Oh, did I... Well, did Boris, sorry. Did Boris win that game? He'll probably tell me in here. Ah, oh, he lost. He lost the match. Damn. Oh well, can't win all of them. Go to a hotspot. Buy a computer. I mean, that's now reasonable. Now that we can earn a bit of cash. It's the transition that gets me. It's the bloody transition. See, look, doesn't she look so much better without her burglar outfit? That's the point. Am I going to need logic skill for this job? I can't remember if it's charisma or logic. I think it's logic for the teaching job. Hello. Is that an invisible sim? How strange. See, he's Boris is a very simple person. Playing chess in the park by himself, or playing chess with a couple of passers-by. Yeah, that's his thing. That's his thing. I was going to say, he is going to get a car home, isn't he? He's not going to walk it. Oh, hello. He's got a phone call. Yeah, hello. A famous guitar player, Burgess Hogan, is having a seminar, giving a seminar today titled Not Fretting When the Frets Won't Work. Visit the bookstore in time for a little inspiration. You'll never regret listening to Hogan. I mean, it's guitar skill. Why not? 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. during the week. I mean, he's got time after work, so that's fine. And he's not too hungry, so let's get an early night so he can have a good day at work tomorrow. He's already having a blast, so he can get that back in the morning. So I'll sleep tight and see you guys in the morning. And 5 a.m. Perfect time to get up, right? Go and take a bath. Smelly git. There you are. Get clean. Use the toilet. And then, you know, we're just going to have a quick meal. Let's have some bread and jam. Because everyone's had a little bit of bread and jam in the morning when they can't bother to cook. I mean, I don't even cook for my morning breakfast anyway. I don't cook myself a breakfast in the morning. Like at the moment, to be fair, I'm actually working on losing some weight, so I actually drink Slim Fast milkshake. But yeah, I never cook breakfast. I always just make something simple like cereal or some crap like that. So that will improve his performance by power working. All the kids getting to school. Need to make sure he doesn't get burnt out like he did last shift, I suppose. That was not good. He might have enough to get himself a promotion today. That would be a great way to end off our first foray into Sunset Valley. Come on, you're nearly there, Boris. You're nearly there. Okay, take it easy, take it easy. Take it easy. You're pretty much there. School is planning a field trip to the science laboratory. Your boss would really like you to lead the trip. Go to the science facility this weekend to get some job performance. Yeah, you know what? Boris can do that. Let me just get rid of these notifications. Lovely. He really needs to make some more friends, I think. He's I mean, meet some co-workers. You know, you don't need to get a promotion every time. He just needs one promotion to get himself just enough cash to keep his household going. Then he can use his side hustle to make some extra cash. And he just wants to be a teacher, you know. There you go. Have you got a promotion? Yes, you have. Teacher's aide. Fantastic. Well done, Boris. He's got himself a promotion. When the other teachers need help grading papers and erasing chalkboards, they turn to you. You are well liked by the school staff because of your calm demeanour, punctuality and reliable nature. Just remember to keep those hall passes locked away or you'll be the one staying after school for detention. Well, we got $4 an hour. $4 an hour pay rise. That's cool. What the hell? Simon Steele just turned up in a towel. Oh, Susan Wainwright. I have to say hi to her in a minute. But for now, we've just got to hang around for just a few minutes because that is so stupid. Why has he turned up in a towel? There we go, 10 seminar. So he's going to learn some guitar skill from that by going to the bookshop. I mean, I've never really known a bookshop to host a guitar player, but stranger things have happened, I suppose. So come on. Wow, a lot of people are turning up to this place. Then again, it's probably because I'm here. When your sim turns up at one place, a lot of people do. Hey! So let's play it alone. See how many people like the music. Oh, I'm starving. That's probably not a good idea. That is Fiona McIrish? Yes. I mean, he's already making a name for himself. A lot of people now at least know who he is. That's a bonus. Oh. It's that music audio. It gets me every time. Considering he's starving, he's going on for quite some time. Okay. I spoke too soon. He needs to go and get something to eat. It's been a long day for Boris, after all. Let's have some goopy carbonara. He needs to wash up those plates, the dirty git, as well. Oh, he burnt it. Ugh. Sorry, Boris, but money's tight at the moment. You're going to have to eat it. You're going to have to eat it, my friend. There you go. Tomorrow is Thursday, which is leisure day. So he's not going to be at work tomorrow, so he might as well get in a few more hours of practice before he goes to bed. That's a pretty good song, actually. His neighbours must hate him playing the guitar to 1 o'clock in the morning, but hey, he's a virtuoso man. This guy, he does what he likes. You know, he's not accustomed to the traditions of Sunset Valley. He does what he wants. Sorry, guys. He's going to be playing music to the early hours. You're just going to have to live with it. My apologies. Just thinking, if he goes to university and gets his degree, just thinking, what degree would he need to get a bonus? I think you can see it when you apply to go to university, but Boris, it's 6 o'clock in the morning and you are not rested. Go the fuck back to sleep. There you go. Oh, brilliant. So he got himself ill. Bless him. Oh well, I think Leisure Day is the perfect time to leave this one to you guys. So while Boris sleeps peacefully, sleeps in, being a lazy bastard on Leisure Day, a day that he's perfectly entitled to be a lazy bastard, this is where I'm going to leave you guys. So until then, I hope you guys are having a good one. I hope you guys have enjoyed this first inaugural episode as a bit of plagued troubles it was. I mean, it took me a while to get this working properly, but hey, we get there in the end. So if you guys have enjoyed, make sure you like, you comment, and you subscribe, because I'm going to be uploading some more of these too, alongside Fallout 4. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten Fallout 4. I will still be doing it. It's still going to be very much a thing. It just means that these two will run concurrently. So we'll get Sims Through the Ages, or Sims Through the Generations, and then we will have our Fallout series. So you'll get both. So relax, guys. But hey, if you guys have enjoyed it, make sure you drop your comments. If you want a name of a sim from yourself or whatever in the neighbourhood, brilliant. If there's anyone in the neighbourhood you think Boris would be a perfect fit for, drop that in the comments as well. Maybe when he has children, put that down in the comments. Say whether there's anyone in the neighbourhood who would be perfect for one of his kids. You never know. But until then, I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good one. Peace out and goodbye. Take care.